make it do what it do.
Long as we stay live without the robots in the fade, the go outs and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Welcome. You know it. Welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast. Every Wednesday at 8:30, y'all tune in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, man, because we over there too. You know. But y'all, man, last week we didn't get to hear it. Y'all probably was distorted and we didn't get a good conversation in. So we're going to run it back with this Black Boulee about the 85%, the 10%, and the 5%, man. And it's a crazy world that we live in once we start exploring and we start finding out new information, man. Once you go to really digging in instead of being comfortable in your own home and in your own skin and start digging into what's really going on around here. You know, why are we having tariffs? Why are we having false leadership? You know, why are we having these black supposed to be leaders not doing what they're supposed to be doing? So, man, we're going to talk about it tonight. Got a little bit, distorted last week. So we're going to run this conversation back, man, because it's a good topic and we had fun doing it. We got the panel. We got the rich slave in the house, and we got Mr. Michael. Man, y'all know. Rich slave, what you got?
How y'all doing, man? Great topic. Just like it was last week. But when it comes to the Black Boulee, ever since I watched that video, it makes a lot of sense because if you notice they have celebrities. It's like they're limited to what they can do, or what they're spending funds on. So it's almost like I want you to be well off. I want you to be good, but not better than me.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm giving you this money, but then I'm gonna also control what you buy. So at the end of the day, is it even being a celebrity? No. Yeah, you can buy what you want. Your family be happy, but then you have limits.
That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. Mr. Michael.
Well, it seems like to me what we've been finding out is that those that have the means, that have the money, well, you think we're all trying to get the financial freedom. But it's like those guys, they got to that point where they should be free, but they're not. It's like you say the wrong thing, they're going to cancel you out. You're going to lose everything. So, it's been going on. We've been seeing it in real time.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part, ain't it?
Yeah.
Once you find out, once you see it for yourself, it's like, damn, man, this is what's really been happening in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
can't unsee it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Dick Gregory said, once you put the glasses on, you can't unsee what you done seen, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. It's crazy because it was started by the whites, but they put the black people. It's like the NAACP. White people started the organization, but we put the black faces in there so we can have control over them.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with this 10%, man. And it's like what I was doing some research, and the guy said 85% of the people are watchers or the people who don't have a clue of what's going on. The 10% of the people are the ones who are controlling everything, and the 5% is trying to stop all of them from doing it. Stop the 10% from doing it. So it's like, man, when you go to thinking like that, you're like, man, that's true. Because it's like you only have a handful of revolutionaries who say, hey, we're not going with the system. We're not going with whatever y'all got going on. You got the 10% that's steady pushing the narrative. And then you got so many people that's comfortable and spectators. They're like, yeah, oh, wow, look at this. And, oh, well, they said we can't do this, y'all. They said we can't do that. And they going along with a program that they don't even have a good understanding on, So I was speaking about that in one of my lives. I think that was the live I did Monday. And then it was just basically saying that we can't be them type of people that just go along with a system we don't know about. You gotta instead of believing in something, you gotta start knowing a system. Instead of believing in the system, you have to know the system. You know, yeah, it was about solitude. That's what I talked about on Monday. But yeah, but it's like we don't know ourselves enough to say, hey man, I want something different. But you say you want, that's a low vibrational state to where you're not gonna even go out and get it. These guys, I want a lot of money. I want my contract to say $50 million a year. But then what is the purpose of having $50 million if you're not gonna help your people get to a better space? Right. You know? And come to find out, W.E.B. Du Bois was one of the members, bro.
Oh, yes, he was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, he was. Yeah, and he was supposed to be one of our helpers. You know, he's supposed to have been Mr. Prolific to help us, but he, at the same time, it goes back to show they wasn't here to help. You know, it sounds like Roland Martin, Oprah. You can tell all the people, you know what I'm saying, that's really not here to help you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
There's the money
manipulation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mike.
You know, it seems like it started. It seemed like everything started out with always the light skinned brothers. Those that were always going to be the house niggas. You know, you got the light and almost white.
Yeah, the light skinned
they always try to control the rest of us.
Yeah, light skinned brothers be messing the game up, man.
Head dark, better than the darks.
Yeah.
But as we know, man, everybody who goes against that, like if they give you money, if they give you anything to get you ahead, as soon as you try to do for your community, you try to help the blacks, they kill you, they poison you. Oh, excuse me. And they make sure you don't get that message across. It's like we see so many rappers. It's like Tupac. He was one they killed him, make it. And see what's so crazy? It's your own people that doing the killing that'll kill you.
Yeah.
So when we get to this new space, man, I can't wait to this new world, this new generation that's coming up, because we're gonna have a lot of people. As I'm seeing more and more people hit these 19 Keys events and the EYL events and Wall Street Trapper events, Neo Davis events, and we getting in there and we learning, man. I seen Nina Moore and them and Paul Moore and them at the Neo event, Neo Davis event. You know what I'm saying? And what they, you know, what they're doing is like basically our new secret society. As far as passing the information amongst the people who really want to be there. But I know it's going to be a spook by the door. But at the same time, we got to just go ahead and say the message. Always. Yeah, we got to give out the information that's going to help us. And we got to put this exposure of this type of information out there so people can be like, you know what, take the, you know, the ones who really want to change their environment or change their circumstances, they're going to take this information and start doing their own research. Yeah. You know, so that's going to be a good part of that, man. But the Black Boulee, the members of the Boulee portrayed it to members of the freedom fighters. They portrayed to be members of the freedom fighters, the members of the government, acting like they cared about the black people, but at the same time, they wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't doing no parts of none of that to help us. People like Roland Martin, like I was saying, the Kamala Harris's. If you've ever known any black woman in the world, she always got something to say. That black woman got up there and didn't have nothing to say, man. She was up there talking about twerking and hanging out with Megan Thee Stallion and them. It's like, come on, man. You tripping, man.
Right.
But we're not supposed to talk about it. I'll put our mouth on another black person. She doing it to herself. I call a spade a spade.
Yeah, man. And that's what's so crazy about what we're going through right now, because everybody's trying to figure out the tariff situation. When you get distracted by something, it's always something else that's in the background that they doing.
Yeah.
You know, we got to start doing more of investigations on that, man.
We gotta just stop grasping at those straws that they keep putting in front of us. Those are the distractions, but everybody wants to jump right on it.
Yeah.
And look at what's going on.
Yeah, what I'm happy about is that how many new artists are doing the independent labels, to where they don't want these record execs controlling what they say, what they do, how they move. They get back to the Master P era. Of, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna be independent. You ain't gonna be able to control me. You ain't gonna be able to do what you won't have no parts of what I'm doing. And those are the guys. And as you remember, I don't know, you know, Mike, you probably didn't listen to the rap like we did, but it was more or less like these guys was Underground Railroad for his information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Ice Cube, he was giving out so much good information when he first went solo. He was telling how the industry was. Master P was telling, you know, you got guys who was basically snitching on the industry. Nipsey Hussle, snitching on the industry, man. And we gotta have this kind of stuff so we can, you know, because that's where we get all our information from. Good music.
Right. It's true.
And it's like you can almost sell one over the crossover because their music changed.
Right.
I mean, Lil Wayne sounds nothing like he did when he first came out.
Mm-hmm. It's just a bunch of gibberish.
Yeah.
I can rhyme scheme. I got a good rhyme scheme. Had the cat. Got the black. Can't do the black cat and all that.
And the thing is, all of them sound the same.
Yeah,
it's like now they showing that young boy Anthony Edwards' name. Is it Anthony Edwards? Basketball player?
Yeah.
Got all this money. You got enough money to pay $1 million for a child support. The chick ain't even had the baby yet. You know what I'm saying? What if she miscarried?
Yeah.
Now you done paid this money. You out of there.
And that's the thing because initially he gave her the money to go and get an abortion. She didn't want to do it. She figured she was going to play the long game. She got the money now, so I mean, depending on her personality, it's not whether they're going to get an abortion or I had a miscarriage. Bitch, you rich now.
Right.
So, rich in her perspective.
Damn, man. And he could have built, but see, that's what I don't understand about these basketball players, bro. Y'all got all these millions. Now Alonzo Mourning, he built a community center in the hood down here in Miami. But it's like they got all this money. Why they can't build a league?
Yeah.
Right.
Why we can't get you guys to put all y'all money together and build a league so y'all can become the 10%? Because everybody who plays basketball pretty much black. Now they getting these guys from overseas, you know? So it's like if you got enough money to to buy all your cars and your jewelry, put all that money together and buy a team. Create your own team.
Yeah. And that sounds like a plan, but I guarantee there's a clause in the NDA that use the money for this, but you can't use it for that.
Right. And see, that's why this Black Boulee really got to be exposed, because people thinking it was just the Illuminati. It's like there's no such thing as the Illuminati, but the Black Boulee is real.
Yeah, because I remember I got on Instagram. Like, you know, we've been following you. You know, if you want to become one of the top elites, you know, send us your money. What's that?
Crazy, man. How we get bamboozled, and then so many people want to be rich that they do it.
Yeah.
That's why they're able to come on there with that kind of question. You know, it's like if you real, man, you won't ask nobody that. I mean, you won't even subject to that type of foolery.
Right. And it's like I went to their page, they only had like 15 followers.
15 followers.
I'm like, sound like you need to join the Illuminati. Get your
followers up on me.
Oh man. Yeah, but then it's like that's what that is, man. We have to start paying attention to the details of life, man, to where we got to realize that a lot of us are just living in a matrix that where we can't even control our own selves. And once we get to that point, then you just existing in this world instead of like, I'm glad we do this show so we can have a voice. Maybe this might not be famous now, but who says to say 10 years from now, somebody gonna go back to YouTube and say, hey man, them guys was talking about some real good topics, because it's like you can't sit back and try to figure things out on your own. You have to go inside, find out the information. Once you find out this is the Black Boulee, then you find out what the Black Boulee do. What was the organization about? Why were they transpiring? Now you know it was behind a bunch of white men said we're going to put these black faces out here, create a whole system of people. We're going to give y'all the money, but y'all can't do but this with it. Y'all can't say, but y'all can only say so much about having, you know, when y'all have this type of money. And it's like we have to stop being sellouts as black people. We have to go start our own organizations. That's what me and Tony trying to do right now. We trying to start up something, but we ain't gonna, you know, I can't expose it because we ain't got it done yet. But the thing is though, we gotta get something going, man. And I know you doing the self-defense thing, so we might pull you on. See, but what I want to do too is the fact that we can get everybody's in their own entrepreneurial spirit. It's like we can have, we need to get something going to where we got a program talking about chefing, get a program talking about self-defense, we get a program talking about remodeling. And that way, we put all of our resources together. Now we can go on a tour or whatever, you know. People always want to learn something new, man. So it's like if Alejandro want to start at a school, we can invest into that. About chefing. If you people want to learn about trucking, we can put trucking, self-defense, you know, because there's a lot of women truckers now, so we can put that together, implement that in there. So it's a lot of things that we're going to start doing once we get these resources together with these people that we've been talking to. And then that way we can become we can become the 10%ers of our own community. Because I feel like segregation is real, man. I think we really need to get back segregated, and then this time, once we segregated, we're gonna put up a wall. Everybody ain't welcome. You know, it's gonna be some white folks over there, y'all. So don't get mad. It's gonna be some white folks over there, but it's gonna be a predominantly black environment to where it's gonna be understood and overstood. Because that was the reason that they started this Black Boulee anyway, because they see we keep thriving even after the slavery, even after the Civil War, we steady thriving. And they like, damn, how can we stop these people, man?
Right.
We thought we studied all their habits. We did everything we were supposed to do. We chained them up, we locked them up, and we still can't stop them.
And we brainwashed
them.
I said, and they brainwashed them. They keep coming back.
They keep coming back, man. So that right there, what we as black people, we don't realize, bro, that energetic spirit right there alone lets you know you are a different kind of person than any other race of people in this world.
Yes.
That's like even the Jewish rabbis are starting to say, the first God we seen was black. He had dark skin. I don't know if y'all seen that clip. It was on YouTube, one of the shorts they got. And it was a Jewish rabbi. I didn't see it. Yeah, it was a Jewish rabbi sitting around a whole bunch of other Jewish, what they call themselves. Damn, I can't remember all these terminologies, man. But anyway, he sat between them and he was like, "Yeah, man, the first people we seen as far as the gods were black." Everybody around him like, yeah. He started exposing it. Because if you go in Russia, if you go to Russia, Putin, you can look on his walls. They had on his walls at the churches over in Europe and Russia. Man, they got black gods on the wall.
All over Eastern Europe.
Yeah. So we have to put that narrative back into our heads that we are the gods of this universe, man. And it's not one God, it's the gods, because it's like my partner sent me something about, this woman. I mean, said the whole universe was started by a woman. I said, but you gotta have a seed. I've never seen a woman have a baby without the first seed, without a seed.
Right.
It's like you can't say that, hey, Virgin Mary was real because we don't know. I don't know. I ain't do enough homework on Mary. We probably had to go back and dig up her report card and see what's happening with Mary.
Yeah. It's all the Marys I know.
All the Marys I know are not virgins.
They was not a virgin. No. Damn, Mary, I thought you was a virgin. No, boy, I got drunk that night.
Right.
They didn't see me, but they just knew I was pregnant. And what I'm trying to realize about that story, she had his people around. So, I know they say Jesus was a chosen one, but, I guess I don't do enough research in that department. I ain't going to even go there, y'all. We ain't going to go there about the book. We're going to leave the book alone. But the thing, you just be so many questions, man. You have so many questions about that book, man. It's been revised 81 times. It's like, let me try to figure that out. Yeah. So now, the 10% that's running this whole thing, why they can't be exposed is the question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People thinking the Bill Gates and because they got the money, but they're not the ones who are running the whole show.
Right.
So we really need to. Well, I ain't gonna say we, but I'm gonna try to do some more research on that. I'm gonna do some more research on that to see if we can dig off a little deeper. Because that's the thing about, like Tupac say, once you spark the brain up, I might not be the one to change the world, but I'm gonna spark the brain as someone that might change the world. So you really want to be that type of person to where it's like you get you some information and you say, well, fuck it, let me turn the next page and see what they talking about. Then you turn to the next page and you like, oh wow, it's like a good book.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You ever start reading the book and you like, damn, okay, I ain't know this. Oh wow, man. Started this thing in 1904. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing that trying to figure out or read about is why every time someone try to expose it or expose the truth, they end up dead.
Right there. Well, they let you know. Somebody, when you got that kind of money, you got that kind of influence, somebody's giving you that information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like they say, more money, more problems. New levels, new devils.
Yeah, because it still bothers me with Michael Jackson.
Man, Prince, Michael Jackson, it's a lot of things
and
that
the doctor that did the stuff to Michael Jackson. Okay, they try to make a scene about it, but I mean, dude, good. The doctor that's been with him this whole time.
But see, that's like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby trying to buy the NBC network. He had too much information. He's going to expose some stuff. So they say, nah, we're going to lock you up and tell us a bunch of white women from 37 years ago you was trying to poison. Bro, that's the best y'all got? He did it. Him and Charlemagne was sitting down having a conversation. And he was like, he's about to start the black politic. He's going to start something. I forgot exactly how that story went, but he was about to start. He had a crew of young black entrepreneurs and black people that was ready. They locked him up, started talking about some Diddy parties. And it's not about the Diddy party. It's about this. That's how they distract us, because they know we like mess. We like gossip. We like trash. Yeah. We so low vibrational that they'll tell us anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to run with it. We have to turn that 5% of people who are trying to stop them. We got to turn that into 10%. So now it'd be the 10%ers against the 10%ers. You know
what that sells me?
You know what that sells me?
What's that?
The R. Kelly was innocent. They wanted to arrest that man for peeing on people.
Yeah.
I mean, R. Kelly was just trying to speak the truth.
Listen to his music.
Innocent. Right. Free kills.
Innocent. Free kills.
Free kills, man. And then and what's so crazy about that is that 10% will tell black people, oh, you don't want nobody like that. And we go so Negro spiritual and, oh, you right, master. We've been programmed to be master. We've been programmed to call them people master and boss so long to where we not even conscious of knowing, like, say, man, we are still slaves.
Yeah.
We still in slavery. Instead of saying, nah, I'm gonna call you by your name. You ain't the boss of me. What's your name?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Ralph, come here, man. I'm gonna talk to you right quick. Yeah. So we have to realize that these terminologies that they want us to say, oh, yo, that's your boss over there. That's who boss. No, he just run the department. He ain't my boss.
Yes,
we can work together. Yes, hey, me by God. But we don't have enough stand-up people in our community to say that to a person that I'm your employer. Bro, what's your name, man? Just give me your name. You ain't got to do all that thinking that authority gonna run something. I'm coming here to do my job. That's what I come here to do. All that old thing, and you finna come tell me what to do. You gave me the instructions when I first got hired.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's it. After that, let me run this play.
Yeah.
And that's
what's down out the way.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with the Cowboys. Our damn owner, he won't get out the way.
Yeah.
And it's so many that we don't realize, but just like, you know, they brainwashed us so much on the Democratic Party that Democratic Party is what's keeping us comfortable, keeping us enslaved, keeping us to the point to where we're not even trying to get out of anything.
Right.
Because they've been promising us, oh, change is gonna happen. They've been promising all these things for 20 years, and what's done happened? Nothing. Ain't nothing happened. And then and if you know about politics, you know it's all both of them the same company. They the same.
Exactly. You got the right wing and the left wing, but it's all the same bird.
It's all the same. And that's the crazy part.
It's kind of funny.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm saying because even in the restaurant industry, they deemed it necessary for them to not call me Alan, but call me Chef. Mind you, I have 86 people that's working for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, amongst themselves, hey chef, you know, they're doing pizza or whatever. I'm like, oh, just call me by my name, because you're trying to get my attention. You say chef, and I have 4 other chefs that, like, all of us gonna turn around and look at you.
Exactly.
But you know, we're supposed to do this. I'm like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You work for me. So I'm telling you what to call me.
Yes.
But people are like title driven.
Title driven, man. Didn't we have a subject about that one time, didn't
we? Yeah.
We talked about a lot of things.
We talk about everything on this topic, on this show, man. Them titles, man, the title driven people, man, and they want to be so much in charge and don't know how to run their own household. It's like you got to look within yourself first. A lot of things that, like I say, when we started this Tava business, bro, when we started that doing the network marketing thing, I didn't know about self-development. Then the one female asked me, did I know myself? So that's what made me go join a health and life coaching class. And then once that happened, it was like, then I'm introduced to Tava. So all of that came about in 2017 or 18. And it was like, man, I just took off from there because I wanted to know more about my triggers, what triggers you, you know, and I ain't gonna say trigger, but what habits do you repeat to where people say, man, that's you, I see them patterns. It's like, what patterns? What you talking about? And some people will tell you and some people won't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. And it's like, if I know my mistakes, let me correct it. And I'll stay away from it. Mm-hmm. But if I don't, how do I correct the mistake? By self-development, by listening to you, what you say and how you say it, by listening to your tone, by looking at the actions that you do so that you don't repeat it. Right. But when you're title driven and saying, hey, we run this country, we're gonna run it like this and we're gonna keep running. It's been working. Don't change this system. And nobody's challenging that. You got all these millionaires out here, billionaires, and nobody's challenging that. That's strange.
Yeah.
That's strange.
You got a bunch of scared people out there. They're scared to lose what they got.
They really ain't got nothing then.
Exactly.
If you're going to be afraid to challenge the masses, challenge the execs.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of having it? You know, I just, you know, see a lot of things though. But I'm like I say, I'm glad about these. Like AJ McQueen, I don't know if y'all listen to him, but check AJ McQueen out, man. He speaks about healing, like D1 Music, another boy out of Louisiana. He speaks about
New Orleans.
Healing. New Orleans. Yeah. And they got so many new artists coming out. Jay Electronica, he been out, but he always talk about that revolutionary stuff. And there's so many new artists coming out talking about healing, you know, healing your healing journeys and what you should be looking into as far as it's like what you did, what are you doing that's repetitive, that's not helping nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's hurting the family unit. And as a man, we can't be that emotional to where we raise our voices at the woman, we raise our voices at our children. We have to be in a state of mind to where it's like we can't show that weakness, you know, because raising your voice is a low vibrational state of weakness. It's showing that you don't have control of yourself, first of all, and then you don't have control of the situation.
Yes, sir.
You know, so those are things that we have to look at too. But yeah, man, this 10% is a mother. Whew. Yeah. And then like that other part, that other guy, the other video we had seen, where the guy started talking about the Greeks. It's like, why do we join the Greeks? You know, talking about
that's a whole nother conversation right there.
You know what I'm saying? But that goes back to the 10% though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I know one of our quotes that you know, when we're being sworn in, instead of saying the system is broken, let's fix it, say that the system is working, let's break it.
Oh,
because it all depends on what side of the spectrum you're looking at it from. The system that the world has going on, yeah, it's working. I mean, think about like when people go to jail or they get arrested, like, oh man, you know the system is broken.
Yeah,
no,
the system is working.
Yeah, like let's break it. For real.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Oh man, the system is definitely working because they keep getting the residuals out of it.
Yeah. They're getting the results that they want.
Wow.
We're
great. It's gonna be so great. That was deep, brother. That was deep. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. The system is working. Let's break it. Nice.
There's so much going on out there.
What you got written down, Mike? I say, what you
I got written down? Last week we went through a lot of stuff about how to keep us under control. But tonight I was more interested in talking about how to get out of it.
Okay.
So how we manage black excellence ourselves. So first off, we start with you got to define black excellence for yourself. Not go by their idea of what black excellence is, but what our idea of what it is. And that means rejecting the stereotypes or tokenism. Define excellence on your terms and not what institutions or society expect from you. So focus on purpose, not performance. Excellence is not about perfection or overachievement. It's about authenticity, growth, and impact. Let's see. Then we got protect your mental health. So it's watch for burnout, the pressure of always, the pressure to always represent or work twice as hard can be exhausting. Therapy, mindfulness, and rest are revolutionary acts in today's culture. We set boundaries. Excellence does not mean being available to everyone all the time. Then we build strong support systems, mentorship, and community. Surround yourself with people who understand your journey and can offer guidance and support. This collective elevation. Black excellence is not just individual, it's communal. Uplift others and allow yourself to be uplifted. When we strategically navigate systems. So know the game, be aware of how power and perception work in the institutions, and use that awareness to your advantage. Own our narrative. Don't let people water down or redefine your excellence. Be intentional in how you present your story. Then stay grounded in legacy and vision. So know your roots. Black excellence is built on generations of resistance, creativity, and brilliance.
Okay.
And then we gotta think long term. Because success is not about accolades, it's about impact, transformation, and opening doors for others behind you. And then prioritize innovation and ownership. So create your own lane. Don't just be excellent in their system, build your own. Own your culture, your creations, and your brains. And be future focused. Excellence is not static. So stay learning, evolving, and adapting. So we do these things, we create our own narrative from here on out.
Yeah. That's the main objective of the show, is to get people to start looking within so we can create our own narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of us, we done got so lazy in learning to where we just accept so many things to where it's like, bro, we have to stop accepting. Once we stop accepting and start being like, you know what? Let me be curious, like a 4-year-old child. Where we going? Are we there yet? Why is it like this? Why we gotta do this? You know what I'm saying? It's like your babies will make you be like, hey, y'all sit y'all. That's why your mom used to tell you, hey, sit down and be quiet. You're asking too many questions. That's when you got a low vibrational mama, you know. But when you got a high vibrational mama, she gonna answer the question and then give you a great enough answer to where you're gonna have to think about it yourself as a 4-year-old. Now I gotta think.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's it. Gotta make sense, so they're gonna keep asking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because my daughter used to ask me questions. I'll get her like an elongated answer. So the next time she thought about asking me something, like, Dad, like you really want me to answer? Well, never mind, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I gotta look it up myself. Yeah. But see, that's what make a strong new generation, man. Like my grandson, my oldest grandson, boy, that like he 50. He probably about 40 years old right about now. The conversations him and his mama have, I'd be like, is this real?
Wow.
What we talking about? Oh man. But these are the things that we do have to have going on. Longevity, man, is definitely one of them, because that's what we're creating. We created on these episodes of our show is that, like I say, somebody might look back at this 10 years and say, okay, now I know what the Black Boulee is and I know how to stop it. I've been studying the Black Boulee and I know how to make it change this narrative. Or somebody might say, as far as another topic that we done created and gave them, and that might take them to that level of thought process on how they're going to make that transform. It's like Rich Slave say, man, the system is working, so let's break it, man. I like that, man. That was major. Yeah, the system working, y'all, so we got to break it. For real.
We got to. Think about it. All the stereotypes they put on us in movies. Every movie we look at, they got the same stereotypes when it comes to black people. But then, in reality, we perpetrating the same stereotypes. It's like they telling us who we are instead of us telling them who we are.
Exactly.
We ain't never going to go nowhere if we keep doing that.
Definitely not, man. And that's where we, that's where this show comes in. That's where other shows, other podcasts come in. And that's where, these new speakers coming in, because they at least putting something different in your head to where you're looking at it differently. You're thinking about it differently. You're like, damn, you gotta think. Can't even think about it like that. And that's the best thing about it, man. When somebody see you exercising, secretly they're gonna start exercising, but they're not gonna let you know about it. So when we start exercising our minds on bringing new ideas and new topics, and they like, man, what they say, Black Boulee. Oh, let me go look that up. Oh wow, that's why LeBron can't do this. That's why Kevin Hart ain't saying nothing. That's why, and they get on these platforms and they don't want. Hey, I can only say so much.
Right. Because LeBron even has a tattoo of like one of the symbols on his chest. And when someone identified it, he made it say like, that's a coincidence. Like, no, bro.
Nah,
it's like
exactly
you crossing into a fraternity or something. A lot of people want to go and get the brand on them. Or they're going to get a tattoo. Like, oh, man. People look at my chest and it's like I have a K with a diamond. Like, oh, well, what does that mean? Like, the fuck? Like, you know what it is. Stop trying to hide this stuff. It's stand for candy.
But that's them trying to start a conversation just so they can get you to peep your brain, And then that's when they're gonna put that information to work. And going back to the Greek, it's like, why did the Greeks target the black community though?
We were the strongest community. Everything the Greeks learned, they learned from the Egyptians. Took it back to Greece and claimed it as their own. Now they claim that they're teaching the world, but they were taught by us.
Yeah. But we know this whole universe was taught by black people, man. We just have to realize that. Yeah, we have to, like Farrakhan had that speech, man, and he was saying that if you study a subject long enough, you can learn everything about it. And then all of a sudden you can create a whole new world without them even seeing. And then you tell them, hey, y'all come over here, man. I got something for y'all. Y'all come over here. And because we had slaves, which was really wasn't slaves, but they were just workers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like, hey, man,
indentured servitude.
Right. I'm a worker in my community because this is what we're building in our community. But hey, check this out. I need y'all over here right quick, man. We're gonna do this right quick. Yeah, we ain't going nowhere, but just down the street. Got a whole field of cotton for y'all to pick, you know.
And I'm not sure if you guys read it, but it's like, to answer your question, as far as like why did it reach out to the black community? It was solely based on so we have the black Boulee, and then like we have the divine nine, which is like a lower tier of it. So it started off with like so many people, but it was people of professions, like they had a couple of doctors, scientists, dentists, like people in that area. So that was our own group. And further down the line, people started to get money hungry. So it's like we have like 400 or 500 people that's trying to become a Sigma or a Q, a Nuke, whatever. And it's like, okay, cool, because they're paying their fees to get in. But it got to the point where it's like, okay, it was all just, like I said, money hungry. So they just started letting anybody in. I mean, K side, they're not just gonna let anyone in.
Right.
I mean, so much to the point where they have gay fraternities and sororities.
Huh?
And they have some of them. Not putting the business out there, but they had a woman that, turned into a man. She was trying to pass as a man. And she crossed as one of us. And then she went back on her little gay website and started saying, the Capitals crossed this blah blah blah, and it's like that whole chapter got shut down.
Damn, bro.
That's deep. Don't want too much with it.
For real,
sick, man. That's sick to want to, But hey, man, it's like, what do we do when it's something like that, man? You dealing with a sick community of people, man. It's like, that's why you have to find your tribe out here. That's why you have to really dig within yourself to know you, so you don't accept anything. You don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, Shout out to Axel Foley.
Axel Foley.
Come on, Mike.
Oh shit.
Beverly Hills Cop.
I know who you're talking about. I'm surprised you brought him up. That's all like Axel Foley. All right.
You can't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
For real.
Oh man. Boy, I tell you. But yeah, that's a crazy thing though, man. We have to really start understanding what we really a part of in the system that's created to keep us working in a place of going nowhere, the hamster wheel. And it's like we don't even realize, we don't question enough authority. It's like me, I live really pretty much off the grid right now. I deal with this Indian man for his rental property, but everything else is black. I shop black at the Rasul's down in Miami. That's where I get my clothes from. I go to a supermarket down here though. It's a little market. It's a little Cuban. I think they're Cuban owners, but it's I try to stay out the stores of the people who really ain't for us.
Right.
And really can't say that no more because there's so many black people that's not for us that it's crazy, man.
True that.
It's like, what do we do? How do you get around that?
You're right.
Because I know. Go ahead, bro.
Back in my sinful days, I used to only shop black. plug. Well, I was getting these from. I mean, this is not it, but you know, this is like a little squeeze thing. Well, I was getting my eights from. I was shopping black. I ain't giving down where they got it from. But shop black.
This dude always go off the grid, don't he?
Shop black.
Yeah. But that breakdown, though, when I was hearing about that breakdown of the 85% of people in this world just follow, you know, a 10% of the world. Mm-hmm. And that's like a damn an oxymoron. That's crazy, bro. 85% of the world follows 10% of the world, and the 5% is trying to stop the 10%. Mm-hmm. That's what the 5%ers are in New York. Man. Yeah.
That's crazy. But people like sheep. If you think about it, even when we look at religion, look at everybody. They all talk about being woke, but they go to church every Sunday morning to talk about Jesus. And like something is wrong with this picture.
They woke, but they go to church, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I know you need your spiritual healing, but you got to pick one or the other.
Well, it's basically you got to in tune with that's what self-development is. You getting in alignment with yourself. You tuning in to the God within you. And like I said before, I forgot what it was. Something I was listening to that was about the spirit. I mean, one of these pastors was saying that. I think it was Ike. I think Reverend Ike said it. You can't hear God in the church. You can't hear God in the crowd. You can't hear God. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in solitude.
Too much noise.
Yeah. Right. So you talking to yourself. Mm-hmm. Right, Reverend Ike said that too. He said that too. I've been listening to Reverend Ike. I don't know, boy. What happened to Reverend Ike, man?
I think he's still around, but he's you can find some of his preachers on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I got him on there, and he spit that good game though. Yeah. He keep you, you know, within yourself. You know, he doesn't tell you to, and that's why so many people congregated to him because he was giving you that type of information. Say, man, don't look outside of yourself for anything that you need because everything you need is within you. So that's why I don't realize why these guys, they take all this money when they are the talent. If I'm the talent, why would I sign a form for you to control me? Because that goes back into that slave mentality. That goes back into the brainwash, like you say, the brainwashing, the whitewashing of your whole society.
Right.
And it's like, you can't tell me that if I'm up here, you know, I can shoot a hell of a jump shot, and then I'm gonna be like, hey man, could y'all please give me a contract for this amount? Man, y'all gonna give me what I asked for.
Just like what do you wanted a Bugatti?
What do you wanted a Bugatti?
Yeah. This guy I was playing for Tennessee. It was under NIL deal, but he was already getting $4 million. But then he wanted to incorporate a Bugatti into it. And it was like, you know what? We're gonna pass up on that. He lost the whole contract. Because I know when it comes to modeling, they also made a signed contract. So however it was, when they discovered you, that's what you like. That's what they wanted all the time. So if I had a beard during my last photo shoot, like say for instance, I would have one like in August. If I had like a full thick beard, I would not be able to shave my beard until after that because that's what I was signed.
Wow.
So they want you to maintain like this skin routine, going to the gym, different things like that. But they're really strict on that. And it's like you break your contract, pretty much fuck it. And I mean, this was in what 2003. They're paying us $500 a day look good and take pictures. So it's like, y'all paying me for this. At the same time, couldn't shave. Had to maintain my weight.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Now with something like that is just the same as, you know, what we talking about as far as the talents. You know, it's like we have to.
Yeah.
Damn, man. There's so many ideas, so many things I be wanting to do, man. And it's like you can only do one thing at a time, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just at a loss for words when I learned this new information, and it just get you to a point to where you like, damn, man, am I really that far behind? And why my mama didn't do the work, or why my dad didn't do the work, you know, to find out. So that's why I really do it a lot, because I want my children to realize, oh man, my daddy was talking about some different shit, y'all. You know, my daddy wasn't talking about that. And you come to my house, you're gonna see the plant-based meats, the mushrooms, the bell peppers, the lemon, the limes, you know, and ain't no meat in my refrigerator. You know, so it's like I don't want to be controlled by sickness when I know that they said this is what's causing the sickness. It's like, if you know the cause of the sickness, why do you keep on taking the medicine? You keep taking that drug. They told you this drug is this is the drug. Oh man, I'm gonna take some more. You gotta die from something. And that's that illiterate talk, you know. You gonna die from something. Yeah, old age. Duh. I ain't gonna die from because I ate this damn hamburger over here to eat these made up hot dogs and chicken. Like my lady always tell me about the chicken. Man, you know what they do to that chicken? That poor bird.
I know what they do to that chicken. And I'm happy.
Oh man, put him on
the
menu.
Get the sticking. I like my chicken.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking about. Now I do partake in a wing every blue moon. I will jump out there on chicken wing. But I done slowed down a lot, man, on the chicken. I missed the turkey leg up this weekend. Well, I had a barbecue turkey leg. Oh man, that dude cooked that thing to perfection.
It's the longest love for crawfish.
Crawfish. That's still
all that.
They be sucking the head and all. I be
don't do the head.
Don't do the head. Yeah, I'm good on the crawfish. We used to eat them.
I'm like, bro, damn.
Yeah, we used to fry them. We used to fry them growing up. Me and my big cousin, we used to go down to the creek and grab them crawfish out the creek and eat them like that. But yeah, man, this topic right here, man. It's an eye opener. I pray that it touch somebody and they go look it up, because this is an eye opener, man. This is really just like something that you can, you know, go down a rabbit hole about. Because it's so many avenues that to where it's like, damn, that's control. We're controlled by this. We're controlled by so many things to where it's like, damn, man. Okay, I need to stop doing this so that this won't. And like you say, the system is working. It's time for us to break it, man. I like that. The system is working. It's time for us to break it. How do we do that? I'm like a kid now. How are we gonna do that, y'all? Yeah. So that's definitely going to be one of the things, man, we got to do, is try to figure out how can we break this system that's working against us at that. It's not even working for us.
We stopped feeding it.
Stop feeding.
Like anything else. That's it. They treat us the way they want, but they want $5. We start giving them our dollars. We change a whole lot of things.
That's what I didn't understand about the blackout. You know, we didn't go to Target one day.
And what good does that do?
Let's stop going to Target. How about that? You know, it's like you got so many people that just so comfortable with doing the average and being comfortable with doing the same thing to it. Man, I don't care what y'all talking about. Target ain't did nothing to me.
Right.
Because they don't want to do the homework. They lazy in their learning. So that's what that is, man.
I remember a couple years ago, there was some brothers. They went to this. It was a Korean hair beauty salon, hair salon, basically.
Right.
The owner of the salon grabbed this black woman, beat her up in the door, threw her out. The brothers stood in front of the door, not letting anybody in, trying to stand up for the black women.
You know, that was
The
in
black women
Detroit.
stood out there cussing them out. Huh?
Right. I think that was in Detroit.
I don't remember exactly where it was, but I mean,
I remember
the
that.
whole thing was, even though the brothers standing up for the women, they going against the men because they want to get their hair. I'm like, how do you fight that mentality?
That's it. Wow.
That's crazy to me. That's like, why would you spend your money with somebody so to openly disrespect you? You got to go back and give them your money. That just don't make any sense to me.
Nah, that definitely doesn't make sense. But people do it, man, on a daily basis.
All the time.
It's like an abusive relationship. You try to figure out why this woman is staying with this man that slaps her around.
Yeah. It's actually the exact same thing. That's crazy, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And that's what this society is doing to us, slapping us around, and we accepting it.
Yeah.
Goes back to the other thing. Well, he hit because he loved me. What? All right.
Man, I really have.
That means society loves us.
I don't even like nobody loving me no more. Be
For
loyal
real.
to me.
For real.
Love get you killed. Yeah, you can die over love.
Mm-hmm.
And you never seen nobody die over loyalty. But they so loyal to the cause that they'll die for it, but not die over it. Yeah, I'll die for something, but I ain't gonna die over something. It's a difference.
Right.
Because I forget who the interview was with, but they asked them, would you rather someone fulfill you or love you? He said, oh, that's easy. I'd rather for them to fear me because, you can't control who loves you, but love has an expiration. But when it comes to fear, it's kind of like being
scared
of dark or scared of the boogeyman or some shit. Like, even people like Mike, you scared of clowns, and you've been scared of clowns since you was 5. So like that fear stays with you. So fear me.
Out of there. Say, man, it's been another great show, man. This guy here. We're gonna do it again next week, y'all. Rich Slade, what you got, man? What you got?
I want to say successful people. They ask better questions, therefore they get better answers.
There it is.
Show that.
Mr. Mike.
Show that. I'm gonna say the music is playing continuously. Grab your drum and beat to your own tune.
Oh, wow. Grab your own drum, y'all. And all I'm gonna say is just do your research, man. And keep on digging in and well, I ain't gonna say try, but I'm gonna say keep on doing your research. That's basically what I'm gonna say. And then next week we're gonna be back with a great topic. I think we're gonna have a guest next week. I'm gonna see if they want to come on. But yeah, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in and do it again. Tell a friend to go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share the Elite Mancast.
Yes,
We
sir.
out.
Yes,
Peace.
Peace.